right, so with Arc 2, again, you guys know the deal. Let's really get into this question here. Does Arc 2 really need the ocean? And in all honesty, the ocean definitely needs a lot of work, in my opinion. It needs a lot of work here because I do think there is a lack of creature activity in the ocean. Now, you might say, oh, well, what about the megalodons? I mean, that's the only creatures that you really are active. I mean, the megalodons are more active than the plesiosaurs, Dunkleosteus, and the mosasaurs. You have to go literally to the bottom of certain areas just to get mosasaurs. In all honesty, I understand why, but at the same time, I kind of feel like some of the creatures should be brought at least a little bit higher to the surface. And I shouldn't have to be dealing with megalodons and electrophorus all the way. But, yeah. Let's really talk about it here. Now, the ocean biome is definitely a favorite for a lot of Arc players. And one I am trying to kind of get the grasp on myself here. With the whole, scuba suit and all that stuff, getting biotoxin from, jellyfish and all that. I'm trying to get essentially a good foothold on the ocean myself here. But with Arc 2, I don't think the ocean should be in it, okay? And here's honestly why, right? I do feel like this one should be based off land, okay? Now, sure, you're going to be like, oh, what's going to be at the coast? Okay, yes, there has to be water, at the end of this coast or at the, far reaches of this island or planet or whatever we're going to get for this one. Obviously, it's going to be like an island, it's going to be what it is. It's going to be a huge biome anyway. Possibly in the same categories as maybe Ragnarok, possibly, I don't know. But we are going to get aquatic creatures nevertheless, something like a Baryonyx or Suchomimus or Sarcosuchus, maybe, hopefully Deinosuchus. I would really love that. But with the ocean itself here, it's something that needs to be taken care of. More precise, more, I would say more hands-on, if you will. And I do think that Arc 2 should actually just work on the ocean at a later date, okay? I think that it should focus more on the land creatures and the land diversity with a mixture of, swamps and, marshes and, wetlands and stuff like that. That would actually be great, okay? Maybe, do something like, maybe like Lost Island a little bit, where it was kind of balanced between both land and sea. I definitely think that would definitely benefit the, game, in my opinion. It would definitely benefit it by a huge margin anyway. But with everything here, and I do think the Sunken World had this right here, and I hope Arc actually, wildcard or whatever, takes something from that mod itself and then applies it here. We should have an island, basically this huge land mass with a very good few amount of creatures, some limited variety, while the ocean is full of diversity. It should be focused on the ocean dwelling creatures, ocean living creatures, all right? Creatures that can go in and out of the ocean and creatures that dwell within the ocean and improve upon it. Give them better designs, give them better, aesthetics, all right? Make them a bit more lively. Like, apparently in Arc 2, this is probably going to be what happens. The creatures are probably going to be more lifelike, okay? And I do believe that some of these creatures are needed here. And honestly, I hope the Arc 2 map is a bit like Ragnarok, because if they do add ocean creatures, I think that it's going to be something like this here, where you have your basically a balance between both land and sea. I hope it's something like this to a certain degree here, because if we're being honest, Ragnarok was a very well balanced and a well dynamic map here. But anyway, back to the question itself, should it be in it? Should Arc 2 really focus on something like the ocean with all the stuff that's been happening? Honestly, 50-50, but I'm leaning towards no. I do think the land creatures deserve their time to shine, and then we'll move on to sea creatures. Yes, I know the Sarco's probably going to be it. I know the Deinosuchus or the Purosaurus are probably going to make it to the game. Yes, that's great and all. But, again, I do think those are going to be for, like, more streams, rivers, and some marshlands or wetlands and stuff like that, or again the swamps in general. But in terms of like the open sea, the deep diving, I do hope that they save it for later and that we get some new creatures. I want some more, prehistoric whales. Basilosaurus is great and all, but yeah, I'm gonna need a bit more. I'm gonna need a bit more. I want some prehistoric seals. Yeah, I want some seals, and I definitely want that new Shaquille O'Neal penguin. Yes, these are penguins that are literally the size of Shaquille O'Neal. They could look Shaquille O'Neal in the eye and just be like, "Sup." I would love that, and I would love this kind of diversity. Because I guys saw my last video. That's what I'm about. I love creature diversity. I love it for every species, everything about it. And this would make the game way more fun. Imagine being able to choose from a variety of mosasaurs and pliosaurs and plesiosaurs. You get so many things here. We can even get more ichthyosaurs like Shonisaurus or Shantosaurus, okay? Having creatures of that kind of diversity and that kind of that kind of platform, this would actually make the game a lot better. But anyway, I don't think the ocean should be in Arc 2 just so that they can focus more on land and swamp-based creatures. I think it would be better if they do that as a whole rather than focusing on the ocean, because I do think it is going to complicate things a bit more. But hey, let me know what you guys think down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock. Once again, thank you all for the 1K, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.